My name is Allison Kennis, and I'm the owner of Sugar Lab Bake Shop. We've been in business for almost 8 years now, and we do everything from tiered wedding cakes to full dessert tables with cupcakes and cookies and mini pies and French macarons. Pretty much anything sweet, we probably make it. And I'm actually expecting a baby in a month, which is crazy to be a full-time business owner and an expectant mother. I started baking about 10 years ago. Well, that's when I got into cake decorating. Growing up, I baked with my mom and I made my own 16th birthday cake in like a 9x13 like sheet pan and just frosted it. But I thought it was really cool because it had sand for an ocean, like beach, and blue for the ocean. But I got into it just before my senior year of college and ended up finishing my degree in biology at Cal Poly. And 4 months after I graduated, my mom and I had a business. So we worked really fast when I said I wanted to own a bakery, and she said, let's do it. And so we did. So my favorite dessert of all time is ice cream, which is thankfully something we don't make because then I would eat all of the product. But my favorite thing that we do make for cake is our lemon raspberry cake, which is actually my wedding cake. So I get really excited when brides pick that. I'm a little biased towards it, but it's really good, and it's light and refreshing, and it's not too heavy, which is great for weddings. If I had to choose between an extravagant cake or a dessert table, I would do both because that's exactly what I did for my own wedding. But I think the dessert tables are great for weddings because guests get options for things, and not everybody likes cake, but then you have some people that like cookies, and they can kind of graze throughout the night, which is quite nice, and your guests can still be enjoying your reception and having fun and partying the night away while eating a cupcake or a cookie, versus cake. Well, it's traditional and I love cake too, but you have to kind of slow down a little bit to eat cake. You have to sit down usually to eat cake. So I think dessert tables are the way to go. Still have cake because you'll have guests that want cake and that want to enjoy cake with a cup of coffee, but you don't need necessarily cake to serve everyone. Have some other options, I think is great. So I think our most unique cake we've ever done is we recreated Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings. It's that castle inside the mountain. And so we recreated that in a 5-tier cake. It was mostly styrofoam just to get the size of it. And then a lot of like cake mix, almost like a cake pop dough and Rice Krispie treats, but the bottom 2 tiers were real cake. And so it was a really cool statement piece for their wedding. For our tastings, we offer 2 different types, really either to go or in person. We prefer the in-person tastings, so that way we can be there with you when you're sampling treats. If you have any questions about what you're sampling, we can hopefully answer those for you. But we also do them to go for couples that are coming from out of town for a very short amount of time, or for some reason need to meet with us when we're not available, so that way we can still provide something for those couples. Either way, you get, for dessert table tastings, you get a little bit of everything we do. So cupcakes and cookies, the mini pies, French macarons. And then for our cake tastings, you get 4 flavors of cake and 6 flavors of fillings. So you get to mix and match and find combinations you like best. We had a couple that did, it was lemon cake with cinnamon cream cheese frosting, and they would not have picked that had they not been able to try them all independently. And it was actually the groom that tried it first, and everyone looked at him like he was crazy. But then everybody slowly tried it and was like, this works for some reason. So it ended up working out, and that's how I love our couples to be able to choose what they really want instead of what's just traditional or classic. And so doing our tastings that way helps get them to do that. They are $25, but if you book with us, it gets applied towards the cost of your order. We love working here at the Gardens. I think we did 11 or 12 weddings in 2019, which is, I think, was our most visited venue of last year, which is awesome. And it's really great because we can load in very easily here. So from a vendor perspective, it's great. We also deliver during cocktail hour since there is really no shade, and there's also no access to a refrigerator. So we don't want your cake to melt or your desserts to melt. So we deliver later in cocktail hour, and that way we can set up while your guests are not in the reception space yet, and we kind of sneak in and out and you don't really know we're here, and that's how it should be with cake. My biggest piece of advice for couples, especially when it comes to cake, just have it be your fiance and yourself at the tasting. We get a lot of opinionated family members or friends, and I think sometimes that means the couple's opinion gets drowned out. And I think it's one of the few things that it really can just be the two of you. And so enjoy that moment together and get what you want. I know you're going to have opinions, and it's great to find out what do people want, especially if you're going to be feeding guests dessert. But at the end of the day, if you want a really cool non-traditional wedding cake, get it. Even if your mom doesn't like it, just get it, because it's a representation of you. And a cake is really a place where you can put in some personality without it being too crazy. For more information, you can go to our website, sugarlabbakeshop.com, and you can actually click on schedule a tasting, and that'll give us all the information that we need. You fill all that part out, and then you can set times that you prefer. And so we really try to find a time that works best for us and you. And you can do some price comparison for most things. We have our pricing for our desserts listed out. Everything's a la carte, so you have to do some math. And then we have starting prices for our wedding cakes on there as well.